What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $4.6 billion according to CoinGecko. 24-hour trade volume also surpassing BNB now for the second day in a row. CoinMarketCap ranks Cardano as the sixth most bullish community sentiment at over 92%. Social dominance is rising. Global search for Cardano interest surges over 125% on Google Trends since August 2nd. And that marks reaching the same level, 27, as when President Trump posted ADA on Truth Social on March 2nd. So people are searching around the world on Google Cardano a lot more. It's only going to go up. Speaking of social dominance, Cardano crushes another nice poll by CryptoTwits with over 3,000 votes, more than 4x the votes of Ethereum, Solana, and XRP combined. Yes, very strong community that Cardano has, undeniable. Crypto.com, with over 150 million users across 90 countries, enables SNEC deposits and withdrawals directly in-app via Cardano. MEXC ranks Cardano as the second most traded futures. In addition to, they highlight Cardano as a star, ranking ADA as the third best performing asset during their zero trading fee campaign. Kraken upgrades its ADA perpetual contracts with higher limits and up to 50x leverage. George Cryptozaurus says Grayscale registering Cardano and Hedera spot ETF trusts in Delaware signals real momentum for altcoin ETFs as institutional demand climbs. The door to regulated ADA and HBAR exposure may be opening soon. Cardano ADA supporter and holder Alex Becker says we are going to see current prices do a 20 to 30x. We haven't even begun altcoin season. So yes, prices pull back, but that's natural. And we're probably going to see higher lows as we progress. There will be volatility. It's just important that we prepared for this, guys, back in 2022, 2023, and that we don't chase, because we're going to see retail chase the tops and it's going to be crazy. Ivan on Text celebrates ADA's price surge to $1 last night, says respect the pump. I love Ivan's attitude of respecting the pump of other chains. Even if I don't hold ETH, respect the pump. Even if I don't have Solana, I respect the pump because the pump will come circling back. Cardano's Lace wallet launches version 1.28 update, providing users with an improved stake pool browsing experience with more accurate estimated rewards for stake pools and a view of their average yearly return. Good to see some UX updates. Cardano's Strike Finance with ADA and SNEC perpetuals, Bitcoin around the corner, surpasses $200 million in all-time trade volume. Crypto Banter's Sheldon says, I have loaded a nice position right here on ADA, around 90 cents. He says, I am buying a lot of ADA on this dip. His next target for Cardano's breakout is $1.48, followed by $1.93. Now, that's not his top ceiling prediction, just the next targets as we progress into altcoin season. Now, if you check out, right, think of Rand Neuner, whatever you want, but his views have nothing to do with Sheldon's views. And today's live stream, or the most recent one where this took place, was so funny. Crypto Banter founder Rand Neuner asks, I want to know genuinely what's the difference between Cardano and a meme. Sheldon says, Cardano survives bear markets. It was a mic drop moment, and Sheldon continued to push back because Rand seemed to be salty, missing ADA pumps, XRP pumps, and also doubting Ethereum's pump, which Sheldon noted. So Sheldon continues to defend Cardano, and he's made it clear. So at the end of the day, we always have to celebrate the upside, and it's important that we don't conflate Rand's personal takes with Sheldon's takes, because Sheldon is very pro Cardano. But it's smart of Rand Neuner to bring on Sheldon, an intelligent TA guy who has a different opinion. And at the end of the day, we always want to celebrate the upside and positive stuff. And who knows, maybe one day Rand Neuner will actually be like, you know what? Just like Mike Novogratz, maybe I was wrong about ADA and XRP, but we'll wait and see. But it's best for us to be meek and kind, and that's how we will make more friends with the Cardano community. Crypto banterist Sheldon says Cardano ripped nicely. For the next few months, things are going to go wild. We are getting billions of dollars getting moved out of Bitcoin into the altcoin market. I think we will see the top of this market in the first quarter of 2026. He did say that because Bitcoin dominance was rising very slowly over time, we're going to see the next 6 to 9 months, give or take, that liquidity flow into alts. So it's not going to be just boom all of a sudden, but we could see kind of an extended cycle for alts longer than we anticipate. He did say his personal thesis, he's going to take profits in December. So this aligns with our Q4 targets and potentially kind of bleeding into the first quarter of next year. Oscar Ramos, very pro XRP, also talks about ADA, has over 160,000 subscribers on YouTube, says, I've been accumulating ADA for a while. I feel happy about it because I want to have those positions ready and locked in. Big respect. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't overcomplicate. He doesn't mid-curve. He doesn't let his intelligence get the best of him. He knows the power of the blue chips, and I respect that. Who else respects the blue chips? Crypto Kid, analyst and co-host of The Moon Show, with over 650K subscribers on YouTube, predicts that Cardano could repeat exactly what it did in the previous cycle. Cardano's Liquid Labs and MinSwap both have each surpassed $100 million in TVL, according to DeFi Llama. When it comes to Liquid Labs, over $140 million leading the way, and Cardano's TVL has surpassed $500 million at the moment of that post. So we're making some improvements, guys. And that doesn't even include delegated wallets, right? Prime XBT, with over $4 billion in 24-hour trade volume, ranks ADA number 1 for 24-hour gains, highlighting Cardano as one of the few cryptos still in the green because a lot of liquidations, big dumps. We'll talk about that shortly. SEC Chairman Paul Atkins will discuss Project Crypto tomorrow on Fox Business at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Could be a catalyst, could be a nothing burger. We will wait and see. So I think this is big part of the dumps. US PPI rises to 3.3%, higher than expectations. So it is what it is. It looks like, targets when it comes to costs, when it comes to inflation and whatnot, didn't align with expectations. But I think that this is just a drop in the pan. I think that we will do just fine. Maybe we won't get rate cuts at all. Sentiments can change very quickly. Another part of this was also Scott Bessent going on television saying that, hey, we're not going to be buying Bitcoin. But that doesn't really differ from the strategy originally. They've never said they're going to just straight out buy Bitcoin. They never detailed a strategy. It was more about seized assets and seized Bitcoin, forfeited Bitcoin. So I think that we'll move on from this. I think we will recover. The market will do just fine. Now, I want to give a thank you, guys, Angry Crypto Fan, for your support here on YouTube, especially on X as well. We surpassed 16,000 followers on X. So thank you very much for your support, guys. So market pulled back. We did hit $1. But we're still looking pretty good because we always have to be grateful and have a perspective. I remember last year, ADA was chilling at like 33 cents. I was talking to a dude. I was like, yo, man, just hold on to your ADA. It's going to do pretty well. And if you compare that conversation to today, it's like 2.5x, right? So at the end of the day, this volatility, I think that dips are gifts. And it's important for us to look at the advantageous solutions and scenarios, whether it's going up or down. The more it goes down, I'm going to accumulate some more. And so ADA's holding up pretty well at 88 cents. XRP's holding up pretty well, 303. Bitcoin, of course, down from that near 125K. Doesn't look like we hit 125. Down to 117. Russell 2000 Index, again, like this didn't reclaim its previous highs. So all things considered, because Russell didn't reclaim its previous all-time highs, because Bitcoin dominance is still more or less glued to 60%, it's fair to say we haven't hit altcoin season yet, but so close. Very close. When will it be? It's hard to know exactly, right? I don't have a crystal ball. but continue to watch Bitcoin dominance. When it came to crypto banter, Sheldon, he was saying like the lower 50s, maybe even 40s. So we're not there yet. I don't think we're there yet. Money printer is prime. I'm going to give the shout out to, there's so many people we could shout out, but give it to the Master Chief of crypto, Alex Becker. 20x, 30x is wild, but in a irrational market, speculative market, anything can happen. And Cardano both has a strong narrative, community, but also technology behind it with 8 years of network effect. So I'm just ready, guys. My bags are ready. If we continue to go down, I will accumulate some more, but I'm good to go going into this altcoin season. Let me know, guys, what your picks are. Anything else you guys have been accumulating. With me, I have my ADA, my XRP, some Doge, and some Litecoin. I don't even have Bitcoin anymore because all eyes should be on altcoin season. And I think Bitcoiners might actually be pissed to see that they don't get their 500K Bitcoin. I'm not saying it's impossible, but the amount of liquidity that's necessary to get that high is so enormous, and human nature is naturally greedy. And so the exhaustion in getting higher and higher naturally will rotate that risk mentality liquidity into ADA, XRP, and so on, as we've seen take place with IPOs and stocks, and Ethereum is a perfect example of that. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Will we see something as crazy as that, like a 20 to 30x for crypto? Has altcoin season not even begun? Let me know what you think about Alex Becker's thoughts. Smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.